Welcome back to part 2 of our Scotland road trip. We continue from where we left off in Aberdeen.
Our next journey is what, 104 miles?
Something like that.
And we're going to be following some of the, I think it's the Whisky Trail, isn't it?
Yeah.
A96.
And you'll see what I mean about the 4 seasons in a day in Aberdeen. Look at that sunshine now.
We were just in a double rainbow.
With the MG4 right at the bottom of it.
Look at this for a turning circle.
Look at that for an outdoor pool thing. Slide.
Thing. Using our Apple CarPlay to talk to Matt in Russia. So, Matt's Beamer. Say hi, Matt.
Hello, everyone.
Beautiful city if you get a chance to come. It's well worth a visit. So we're just heading towards Dice now, and then we'll be getting on, is it the A96, Annabelle?
Yeah, and it says that.
Auchmill Road.
Auchmill Road.
Auchmill.
Little lemon twist, that's what you sound like.
Ah.
Higher than you.
Oh, yeah.
So it's Scottish. Bye bye, Aberdeen. It's been lovely to see you. But yeah, anyway, range check.
97% of battery, 291 miles. But that's because Annabelle's been hooning it up and down the beach esplanade. So she's completely ruined any of the economy I actually got. We're getting 3.2 miles kilowatt hour. Oh, cube!
Oh, yes.
Yes, and cube. Looks like the winds have been a little strong here. Yeah. Civic going stealth there. Look at that. Stays nice and composed.
On this new road, you can tell how quiet it is.
Listen to that. That's 50 miles an hour as well.
And you can see by the trees moving that it is very windy here today.
It's blustery, isn't it?
Very blusterbig.
That's the other thing. Even with it being blustery, look, it's just
Smooth.
It's not blowing around.
No, smooth.
It's not being like buffeted left or right.
Now this is a new level, isn't it? It's a real step up.
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, the other ones are pretty refined anyway. I mean, we've driven in some horrendous conditions in that ZS. What was it? Thelwall, where the 40-footer was in the fast lane. Sorry, third lane. Because he couldn't get out of it because the winds were so strong.
Yeah, he got stuck, didn't
And our
he?
ZS EV was just sat there, wasn't it? Just solid as a rock. Yeah. All right, Kintor, Inverurie, Huntly, Elgin, Inverness.
Wonderful.
Proper adventure time. Apologies for yesterday's really crap summing up when we got to the car park. We were so tired that we literally left most things in the car. We managed to get a bag and some water and some orange juice, no apple juice, and that was it. We didn't even do a roundup because we completely forgot. We didn't even pay for the parking until we realised that we were in the hotel room.
We kind of did it all backwards, but it was very late, we were very tired. We kind of got there, but apologies nonetheless.
The thing is, the MG4 made it really easy. We only charged once, and the only reason we had to charge was because I was putting it through its paces. This is normal. Whoa, bit of wheel spinach there, but it did hold it down. I felt when it spun, it actually did something and governed the rear wheels so it gripped again. That's good to know, because the other ones, when you put your foot down, they would just spin. Maybe an electronic limited slip diff, something like that. I'll have to look into it. But whatever it was, it throttled down the power. Oh no, a tractor. Yeah, it's not really a problem in an electric car. The thing about this is it'll accelerate as fast as it does up a hill as it does on the flat. In case you're wondering, I'm spending most of the time in normal because it's fast enough, to be honest. It can zip away when it needs to. It also doesn't guzzle your range. Wow. This is beautiful, isn't it?
Some majestic scenery here.
Great fun to drive this on these roads. Road sign recognition has gone a bit crazy. Seems to think we're in a 30. I don't know. That's it. That's scraping the bottom of the barrel. That's the only thing we can find after 400 miles. Well, we picked the right road. I mean, we drove this, like I said, many moons ago in our Mark II Golf GTI 16 valve with a full Coney setup. Now that was a fun day, but considering this is completely standard and it's an electric family car, you can just sail along these roads at 60 miles an hour. Most of the time you don't even need to brake, but if you put the heavier regen on, then it will give you one pedal driving anyway. It just maintains its composure through the bends. If you notice then, there's not very much body roll. It will dip a bit if you go fast into a corner, but that's it. It's not built as a hot hatch, it's just, well, like every electric car, because it's so damn heavy, it just stays glued to the road. But the other thing I have noticed is, if you remember the early ZS's, when you cornered, they used to go because the suspension was so soft, and it isn't on this. What it can do is hold the car exceptionally well, but at the other end of the scale, it's not too Type R. I suppose that's the comparison I use. It's not judder, bang, bang, judder. So what it does do is give you a comfortable ride for your passengers and your driver, but it also offers an engaging drive too, and that's my biggest fear with something like this, that it'll be too soft and wallowy.
No, they seem to have gotten it just right on this.
So this is 45 to 60. And that's normal. The steering's great. If you go into things like sport, it'll weighten up. But even in normal, good feedback, nice and direct. It's just a smooth drive, isn't it? Because it's electric, it doesn't need to transition from hybrid to petrol to whatever. So it's just smooth acceleration. They've definitely done something to the powertrain on this new platform that allows it to put the power down more efficiently. But as we mentioned, it's now 50-50 weight distribution and rear wheel drive. They're going back to the old school of MGs, like MG4 GT. Look at the pines on the left. Even in SE, you get MG pilots, you get adaptive cruise, you get lane departure warning, AEB, collision detection. But because we've got the trophy, we also get cross-traffic alert and blind spot detection. And I think there's a couple of other things. You've also got things like bicycle protection, bicycle detection and human detection and things. I know that's not the correct term, but you know what I mean. The landscape changes like literally every 4 or 5 minutes.
See, look at these trees, look how much they're wibbling. And yet we can't hear or feel a thing in the cabin. It's so refined, isn't it?
So it says nothing, absolutely nothing. Normally at this kind of speed, in heavy winds, you'd hear something like off the mirror or off this corner. But honestly, nothing. Bit of road noise, but it's not the best surface now, is it?
No.
Some of the best roads in the world up here. So we're travelling at 50 and have done pretty much all the way from Aberdeen. 73 miles. What have we done then? 20, 30 miles now? 25?
Yeah, about 28 I think.
Okay, well we've got 86% of battery. 248 miles of range left. Oh, it's regenning now. Yeah, the adaptive works well up here. And we're getting 3.5 miles kilowatt hour.
Considering how much you've actually blipped it, I think that's really good.
Look at the crane lumbering along.
Boing, boing,
Boingy,
boing.
boingy, boing.
Wow.
This is definitely crane country. Look at this for a piece of road. I remember coming up here in the Golfers, having a tussle with the Bavarian. Beautiful piece of road. It just looks like something off a game. I know I keep saying that, but that's the thing about Scotland. You've got all these like fast A roads that are high up in the hills. We're also taking advantage of regen. So it keeps dipping into about minus, let's have a look, minus 13. So adaptive on regen works.
Check out that bridge.
Dipple. Yeah.
Oh, it's a dipple.
Agile around the roundabouts. Nimble. MG! I don't know, it could have been Battersea blue.
Yeah, I think the Westminster blue was a lighter powder.
There's also Old Holborn blue as well.
Oh yeah.
Except without the old.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's tobacco.
No, I thought that was Monopoly.
Old Holborn's definitely tobacco as well.
Yeah, not Monopoly.
I don't think Holborn's on a Monopoly road.
Oh no, I think I'm losing my mind.
Elgin, 3 mile. Well, we're yet to see an MG4, but we have seen a lot of ZS's, MG5s and HS's. Way more than it would have been the last time we did a road trip.
This is Elgin services. We've got Shell, a drive-through Starbucks and Greg's.
I'm sure we saw an Evo go sideways around here last time. Elgin.
Wow.
Frog-eyed Sprite.
Autumn colours, beautiful.
This is where we did a bank job. I know that sounds wrong, but you know what I mean.
We did a launch for an RBS.
Yeah,
bank.
as I said, a bank job.
Bank job. Thank you. We did enjoy visiting Elgin.
We did.
Let's talk a little bit about the interior of the cabin. This is nice and soft touch. Okay, yeah, this is hard plastic, but it's well...
It's well constructed. I think that's the word you're looking for.
That is the word I'm looking for. I can't get them in today. And I do like the pops of colour here that you see. You've got your glossy piano black. And that stands out here as well.
Also, all this is just like proper solid, like
yeah, it's all sturdily made.
It's a completely different design as well to anything we've seen from MG. So,
I wonder if that was a conker.
it wasn't. It was those bloody nut things.
Conker.
No, like,
Acorn.
No.
Walnut. Hazelnut.
Walnut. Cashew maybe.
No.
If cashew fits.
Excuse me, trying to talk about the nice interior and all the lovely tactile bits, and we've just gotten completely off topic. Mind you, we did get a projectile.
I'm not surprised. Look at the Windsor. But as I keep saying, I mean, look at that. It's not affecting the car in the slightest.
So pretty. Yeah. So let's do a range check, shall we?
Okay. So we've got 34 miles to go. We've got 74% of battery, 210 miles of range. We are now achieving 4 miles kilowatt hour. I'm driving like I'd normally drive.
And we've got 32 miles in distance to go. Mr. Strong, Mr. Hungry, Miss Sunshine, Miss Sporty and Miss Chatterbox. Nice.
I can feel the wind blowing it a little bit now, but I'm not surprised. It's horrendous out there. A little bit of wind noise in the cabin coming from, it sounds like the mirror. I am a touch above 60 and the weather's...
The wind is pretty bad, yeah.
It's fierce, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like, I mean, even the big trees at the top are kind of rocking.
This is how bad the wind actually is.
So the fact that you then put the window up and it goes that quiet, yeah. Well, we've just gone up to 4.1 mile kilowatt hour, and if I can get that, pretty much anyone can. Ooh, river. Visibility in the cabin's pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
Decent big windscreen, and we've got a decent rear window as well. Big mirrors, and they're electrically adjusted. And they power folding hours, but on the SE they don't. Oh, that's it. I like these quarter lights as well.
Yeah. It is strange to see
No
not
sunroof?
one grab handle above any door.
Oh, ooh. I'm surprised. I hadn't even noticed that, Annabelle. But that's the kind of thing that you'll clock, isn't
Yeah.
it? What's no sunroof?
No, not a one.
Not a one? Why, are you thinking there should be 3? 22 miles to go, and our range is 197. But I've been driving normally, so I've not been trying to drive economically. I just wanted a fun drive from Aberdeen to Inverness,
And
which
oh
I've
boy,
achieved.
we've had that, yes,
Yeah.
most definitely.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's agile, it's nimble, it's got good brakes. We've also got an electronic handbrake here with hill start assist. Oh look, the roadie. That's the guy off, it was Damien Lewis, wasn't it? Off.
Homeland.
Yeah, you go.
That's the one. I was thinking of Jean Brodie in the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, which is all Scottish. So,
Oh, that's
so that was what was in my head.
What's her name, wasn't it? Her out of Downton Abbey and Harry Potter.
Maggie Smith.
There we go.
Who portrayed her in the film, yes, and Geraldine McEwen, I
With
think
Auto
it was.
Trader in the film.
Who portrayed her
Oh,
in
sorry.
the film.
Ooh, man.
Do you think that's where the oatcakes are made?
It wouldn't surprise me. They look very Scottish on the box.
Oatcakes.
Our third,
this is the
the
leather
baby
one.
Yeah, baby. Look, 4 wheels. Yeah, I've guzzled a bit of range, but I've been having too much fun. And that's what I look for in an electric car. If it can engage me, I'm happy. I can do the eco run if I have to, as you'll see from the night driving. But generally, I just want something that engages me. I get a decent-ish range, and I can put my foot down and it'll go through a set of bends like a Group B car. Yeah, okay, that's an exaggeration, but you get my meaning.
You catch a drift. See what I did there?
Oh, George. Ooh, MG. I do like the way that the cluster doesn't just show that's a car in front. It shows by the height of it that it's a 40-footer. Well, there's your seasonal talk about Scotland again. That looks like hurricane weather, doesn't it? And yes, you do have automatic wipers.
Yeah, the Outlander, yeah.
Oh, I thought you said Highlander.
No, I said Outlander.
No, Highlander. Look, there can be only one.
I know.
Milton of Culloden.
So we've gone past the signpost for the Culloden battlefield.
Inverness, Perth, Cairngorm's left. Was that the Moray Firth as well?
Yes, it was. Hello,
Private plate.
MG3.
Turn left.
There's a bit of a change, isn't there, in design language? Yeah. 62% of battery, 173 miles. And we've done, what is it, 104 miles?
104 or 5, yeah.
And we left with 270, so we've used
97.
97 miles to do 104. And we're now up to 4.2 miles kilowatt hour. Excellent. People are asking about oil. Let's have a look under the back now. We've done another 100 mile. Well, I can't see oil anywhere in the bottom of this car. Absolutely nowhere. Seems fine. Just had a quick look at the brakes. And they do look like an oversized hub, but that is a rear disc and caliper. So we're at our final, well, stopover. So this is the Premier Inn in Inverness. But no, MG4's doing well. We're just heading into Inverness to get some food, and then we'll put the car on rapid charge. In Annabelle's words, the floofs. Very Scottish, Celtic. It's amazing how many heads this has turned over the last few days. But it's not surprising. It's got its own identity. It's good looking, isn't it?
It's got such a smart, stylish look about it.
Yeah. Ah, Tesco Pod Point. We're just about to recharge again. And this is something like 27p for 50 kilowatt hour. Sorry, it's been a long day. Oh, looks like it started.
It's green, so it's charging, isn't it?
Yes, it is charging. Oh, there we go, it's now working. 59% battery, 0.2 delivered. Well, yeah. That's a clever system. It's very easy to see when you've got a full battery.
The windscreen wipers are still on.
And yes, essentially it's got wheel trims, but that decreases drag and increases efficiency. Psych vision, so LED lenses. Thank you, Premier Inn, Inverness. Just about to get packed. And then it's off to Aviemore. Doing another check underneath. I can't see any oil at all on any of the ground or the bottom of the car. Right, let's see what the range is. Nice startup screen. 80%, 226 miles. And Aviemore's about 30. And then we'll try and find somewhere to top up there. Heading down to Aviemore. And Annabelle?
Thank you, Inverness.
Yes. Now going to join the A9. Now, if I remember correctly, this is all time and distance, so average speed pretty much all the way. And when we join back on after Aviemore, I think it's the same pretty much all the way to Perth. Lovely. Ooh, a sweeping bend. Wow. Okay.
And a short slip road to get on.
Yep, let's just gun it. I've set the adaptive at 67 miles an hour. And the battery's dropped to 77 and it's given us a range of 210 miles. So dependent on what you set your adaptive at, 50, 60, 70, that will reflect in your range. Because we've only just set off, it's showing 2.
Any Outlander fans? You know what I'm talking about.
Let the sky fall.
That's not the tune to Outlander.
Yeah, but look, hills.
Yes, I do.
DB5 land, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, we dropped down at 56. That's the adaptive working. And if you want to lengthen the distance from the car ahead, you just literally push right on the little joypad. And then it can shorten or lengthen.
Look at the zigzag patterns with the trees.
And the baby Christmas trees on the right as well, look at them.
Oh.
They're East Yachts. Okay, we're missing up again. The Cairngorms. Yes.
Entering average speed check zone.
This is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. No, this is what we come to Scotland for.
Hello?
Right. Stop. looks straightforward. Well, it wouldn't be a road trip without one knackered charger. It's a real shame considering the price of that one too. So let's go and find a Tesla supercharger. Well, this is the first for us, a Tesla charger. So yeah, they have actually opened up the network. You just need to register and you do pay a premium. But if you can charge with a wall box, you'll save yourself a fair few pennies, especially at home. 70.8, ooh.
And you're right, it is going up.
Well, these will maximise at, I think it's 135, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Considerably quicker than the
Long
previous
trip
ones.
mode.
Oh. So this is iSmart app, yeah? So this is iSmart app, isn't it, Annabelle?
It is. So you've got your charging management, which you've just been in. It's now gone up to 59%.
Speed of 70.6.
So it's fluctuating a little, but not much.
I was going to say that's not bad. Shows you it going up in miles too. Now there's one distinct difference between a Tesla charger and say an Instavolt, and that's there's no controls whatsoever on the charging unit itself. Instead, it's all done through the app. And you can see that's what it's cost us and what we've had. So that's where we're going, up them thar hills. Here's a nice little battery information screen, so you can see the energy flow, your total power, so when I back off and then when I put power back on. I do really love a favourite system that you can map a button to. So this star on the left, you can use vehicle control, 360 energy recovery and drive modes. For the right, AC and source, so that's for your media. That makes it far easier than having to wade through the screen. Well, that's interesting. I've got back into the vehicle, and the fact that I mapped my driving modes to this button, it's still active. We'll set it to 48. Oh, it's still scrubbing speed off in this one. So what it seems to do is, the more steering you put on, the more speed it will scrub off. But don't go hooning into bends, because I don't think it can scrub enough off if you're going to be a lunatic. Now this looks a steep hill. If Annabelle pans round, it is a steep hill. But in an electric car, it just isn't. The thing is, you might have that power to go zooming up a hill, but you don't need to. I've just set the cruise at 28 now. Serene, isn't it? Be nice if they installed some chargers up here, wouldn't it?
That would be great. Maybe that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're definitely doing something. Considering how blustery and windy it is out there, you don't feel it or really hear it in the cabin. You hear the odd bluster, but that's about it, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't actually realise until you get out of the car how bad it is.
No.
We thought we'd bring the MG4 to one of the highest points in Scotland. This is the Kangles. We're in Aberdeen, and we can't walk against the wind.
It's like the Unimog I drove at S&OT. Wherever we go with the MG4, there's a rainbow. Not many views like that. Many moons ago, I snowboarded down there. I've also walked up it. Look at that for a road.
Me behind the wheel now. It's smooth, it's nippy, it's fun to drive. Even in this wind, it doesn't feel like it's been buffeted at all, to be honest.
And that's just coming off the Cairngorms, so it was pretty blustery, wasn't it?
Yeah. Great visibility. And all the tech that you could possibly need. It's brilliant.
Its proportions are, well, spot on. It handles well. It looks great. It's got a great range. Yada, yada, yada. And this is why we had to take it on this road trip. And yes, before you ask, there's no oil leaks on ours at all. None. And I've checked every time I've been somewhere and parked up. There's just nothing. It's been a pleasure. It's one of those road trips that's going to stick in our minds for years to come. But Annabelle and I both love coming up to Scotland, going to Aberdeen, Inverness, Aviemore, the Cairngorms, you name it. And this has been the perfect vehicle, and considering it's electric, it's just it's just kept soldering on, and it's been seamless. It's been such an experience, hasn't it?
Oh, it's been so worthwhile.
Yeah. So there you go.
I think it's time for us to head home now. Looking right behind you.
Thank you, Scotland. Thank you, the Cairngorms, and thank you. Welcome to Glenmore Forest Park, and obviously my entourage, the ducks. Just chilling hard. Well, there you have it. Our road trip is almost at a close. We're just travelling back now, homebound. So we've got, let's have a look,
At the roundabout,
90% of battery
continue straight.
and 250 miles of range.
And we've got 217 to go to get to Todd Hills to do an extra charge. But we may charge up earlier, mightn't we?
Yeah, we might. Depends if I can hold it down. It's been an adventure and a half. I'm glad that you've been enjoying our live. Ooh, interesting. Looks like we're just about to join the A9. And I think that's about it, isn't it, Annabelle?
Yeah, just to
Catch up
say
a
it's
bit
been
later.
wonderful.
Yeah, with an electric vehicle, you have to bear in mind that when you put things like fans on, for example, we dropped, I think it was 12 miles with the fans on. So if you put heated seats on, steering wheel, etc., they're all going to affect it. Same with temperature. I mean, we've got like an ambient temperature now, and it seems to be perfectly fine, to be honest. It's not really affecting range, but the colder it gets, then it is going to affect it. And when it comes to iSmart app, you can do lots of things, like you can defrost your vehicle, you can schedule charging, you can also keep an eye on your status, you can see when your vehicle's locked, etc, etc. So yeah, pretty much things that you know about electric cars.
And this is our final charge, grid serve at Annandale Water. There we go. Booping Uno to start. Thank you. Starting.
Yay. Painless. 65p per kilowatt hour, that's what we expect, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it, we've recharged for our last time. 81%, 177 miles, and we've got about 92 to go, so yeah, I'm going to be travelling just over 70 home. You can still see that we're surrounded by mountains the whole way. No, it's been emotional, hasn't it? A nice reconnection with Aviemore and the surrounding areas.
It really has.
And the MG4's not skipped a beat. No oil leaks, it's perfectly fine. All good across the board. Exceptional value. Thank you for joining us.